If you shoot Fuji and you're a wedding photographer, I think this video is for you, and these lenses as well. Hey, what's good everyone, Chris here, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about wedding photography. Well, not necessarily about wedding photography, but wedding photographers. And if you are shooting Fuji just like myself, you will find yourself liking this video more. And if you didn't already, please subscribe to the channel. If you did, thank you so much for that. And don't forget to give these videos a thumbs up, it's super important. But today we're talking about lenses, and lenses for wedding photography, you only need 3. I know that everyone is talking about the Trinity, the 16 to 35, the 24 to 70, and the 70 to 200. Where in Fujifilm, that is a little bit different. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what lenses you need, and there are 3, but not the Trinity. So stay with me and let's find out. Okay, so first lens that I really appreciate, and I shoot pretty much all my events with it, it's the 16 to 55 f2.8. This is a lens that I bought especially for events because it's a very versatile zoom lens. I can do more with this lens than I can do with any other prime because I have a focal length ranging from the 24 to 70 on full frame or 16 to 55 in APS-C, and that will help me run around and shoot and be happy with, just because I don't have to move very much. Now, to be very honest, this is called the lazy lens because whoever use this are considered lazy people. You should move more and use your feet to move around and find your composition and find your light. But with this one, it's pretty easy. This extends up to 55mm, which obviously means that this lens can help you do portraits as well as wide shots at 16mm. It's a big lens, it's a chunky lens. You can tell by my hands, and I have pretty big hands, that this lens is pretty hefty. And if you are into events, like I said, weddings and corporate events, even street photography, this lens might suit your needs. Or let's say you will need it nonetheless because it's the most used lens for stuff like that. It's the one that you are keeping on your camera pretty much all day, every day when you're shooting an event. Now, there are primes that can cover this focal length, the 23mm f1.4, the 16mm f1.4, as well as the 35 and the 50 and the 56. There will be too many. So when you're shooting events and you have to be ready for anything and capture the moment, I think this lens will do better than those. Now, the next lens in this lineup, it's obviously the 70 to 200, which in Fujifilm APS-C format converts to 50 to 140. This is the lens that I use for most of my work when it comes to events, because it can gives me that reach when I am further away from whatever happens, and I see something that I need to capture, a moment, a memory that probably my couples will be happy to have. This is the lens that Fujifilm and all the Fujifilm shooters are praising to be pretty much the sharpest lens in the lineup. I'm not sure if it's the sharpest or not, but I do love the rendition and the bokeh that comes out of this lens. I love the fact that it's not that big, though, like I said, it's a chunkier lens than, let's say, the 16 to 55, which is pretty much half this lens. And also, I'm not considering big because I used to shoot Sony, and the 70 to 200 2.8 GM from Sony is twice, maybe not twice, but at least half bigger than this one and half wider. So that is a chunkier lens. Now, because Fuji is using small bodies, these lenses can feel big, and they are, but they're built very well. They're professional lenses with the red badge, obviously. They're weather resistant, this one and the 16 to 55 as well. They're very rugged, and you will be very happy to be in any conditions with this lens. It provides amazing image quality, colors, and like I said, bokeh rendition. I love these two lenses for having one on each camera and be happy all day. But I do like to be creative, and creativity comes with a price. Now, you will probably think about the price in terms of money, not necessarily that. It's in terms of time, in terms of comfort, and probably in terms of being reliable, and base your things on tools that will help you provide the quality that you are, after all the time. So just because of that, my favorite lens to shoot weddings is 56mm f1.2. This is the lens that, if you ask me, I would say definitely buy it if you can. It's not a cheap lens, around $1,000. There are two of them. This one is the Super EBC R lens, and there is another Apo lens that gives that amazing bokeh as any other Apo on the market. I think Apo comes from the fact that it has an extra element that gives it a little bit more softness, a buttery softness for the bokeh, and that element is a dispersion element, if I remember correctly. But this one is, like I said, around $1,000, $850, and you can find it cheaper if you're lucky. But it's probably the lens that I will consider my workhorse. Every time when I'm going to shoot something to inspire me, I choose this lens, as well as the 23mm f1.4. Now, the 23 1.4 is more like a 40mm. It's a weird lens to shoot events. You're either shooting 50 or 85 or 200mm, or you're shooting wide with 16, which is 24mm in full frame. So it's a bit weird, but when I'm putting the 56 1.2 on my camera, it feels like I'm changing the world. It feels that I can be extremely creative, and I think I have my couples to confirm that. Now, I want to make sure that you understand these are not the lenses that everyone should buy. These are expensive lenses, over $1,000, most of them, and the lenses that will provide with a lot of image quality, sharpness, and everything you need to rely on when you're shooting on a paid assignment. But if you're not paid, if you are not a pro photographer who are actually into getting, gigs every time, and somebody who doesn't shoot for money, these lenses might feel a little bit cumbersome, and I'm talking about budget. Like I said, they're pretty expensive, but there are variants of them that I want to talk about, and I'm probably going to talk about in a different video. So guys, if you are into shooting events, if you're shooting weddings or engagements, if you're shooting corporate events or even sports, indoor sports, these lenses should be in your bag for sure, but only if you're paid for that work. Because I don't want to burden you and ruined and make you become broke by buying these lenses when you can adapt your setup with lenses that I actually showed you in my previous videos. And if you didn't watch those videos, that means you're not subscribed to the channel. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, that's a problem. You should subscribe right now and check all the videos that we're doing around here. They're not only about Fuji, they're about lenses, vintage lenses, good cameras. We're doing reviews, we're doing shootings, we're doing vlogs from time to time. We're trying to doing more and more, and I want to thank you all for being here. Don't forget to give these videos a thumbs up. Stay focused, my friends, and I will definitely see you in a bit.